Bitcoin is once again breaking down, but I don't want you to fall for this major Christmas trap here, because on today's update video, I will be exactly talk about where I think the Bitcoin bull market will be topping out here. And I can tell you one thing already, it is most likely not right now here. So on today's update video, I'm going to be talking about this major Christmas trap we're currently creating. I'm going to be talking about all the data points, including the fact that maybe this time around it is a little bit different, because this has been the worst December in all the previous halving years we had so far. So on this video, I will be discussing all the data points, so don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above. 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So looking in towards the imminent short term, we can start to see that we are creating somewhat of a rising wedge pattern here on that 1 hour time frame, and Bitcoin is right now breaking down of it and actually once again seeing a major red candle. Today we do not have any ETF inflows. Today, of course, the stock market is also closed due to Christmas. And yes, usually during these days, we could see a lot of manipulation. So please be on high alert. Trading on such days is very, very dangerous. But Bitcoin indeed is seeing a massive breakdown right now here. And really, if I'm looking at the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that we got rejected by this very important level here on the top side. Previously ran flipped into support, here into resistance, and then here as well flipped into resist. And now if I'm going to be looking at the big level of support, it is of course going to be this lower side right here. And if I'm going to be drawing a box, you can see that previously around this level acted as major resistance, here flipped into support, and most likely will still continue to act as support for Bitcoin. And if we break below this level, that would be a confirmation that we could be going, of course, a little bit lower. But I want to be quickly talking not only about these rejections right here, because yeah, really what I want to be talking about is this bigger perspective which we should be having right now here. And first of all, I want to be discussing this time around here during December in this bull market year, we are right now seeing the worst performance we had in any previous halving year here. So in 2016, we had plus 30% in December. 2020, we had plus 46%, and now it's only plus 3%. Is it something to worry about? No, I don't really think necessarily, because I'm going to be talking about where I think the market is going to top out in a little bit later in this video. So make sure to continue watching. But what is very interesting to see from the data is that actually altcoin season usually tends to start in Q1 of the next year after the halving year. So the next year after the halving year in Q1, altcoin season tends to start here. So in 2017, in the first quarter, we saw Ethereum gain within about, 300%. Then in Q1 of 2021, which was also exactly a year later after the halving year, we saw also Ethereum increase by about, 150, maybe 200%, which is also massive. And then now, 2025, we are expecting something similar is going to be happening. And if that is going to be happening, not necessarily with Ethereum, but either if it's with Solana, we are going to be looking for some major gains here. So I'm very excited for this stat here, because this stat is literally telling us, and I've been showing you these graphs many times before here, and that usually Ethereum and the entire altcoin market tends to be performing better a little bit later in the cycle. And I mean, talking about where Bitcoin is likely going to be topping out here, I don't really believe that this is the right timing to be panicking on Bitcoin. I don't believe this is the right timing to be panicking on Bitcoin, because this chart is basically showing us zones where we could start to think the bull market is in here, right? And on the latest, on the most greenest vertical line, we're basically saying, okay, now is the peak of the bull market. This is absolutely go out of the market time. And the first one is, okay, maybe right now we could start to top out. Maybe this is more likely, etc., etc. So starting from approximately February, we could start to think, okay, maybe right now the market is going to be topping out here. Maybe we're right now at the peak of the market, and this is all calculated by time. So by time after the halving. So yeah, this is really a metrics I'm going to be looking at, and if I'm looking at it right now, it makes totally no sense that we have topped out yet here. So definitely not a thing I am definitely worried about. And if I'm going to be comparing all the previous Christmas towards each other, 2012, and all these halving years, 2012, 2016, 2020, and now 2024, we are likely only at the starting point of this major rally, because this is always how these cycles go here. before the Christmas, you have a major rally. Then during Christmas, usually you get a slowdown. And then after Christmas, the most exponential gains are going to get followed. So very excited for that. This is literally what the data is telling us. This is literally what has happened previously right here. So I'm going to be looking at it. And honestly, with this in the back of my mind, that most likely the market is not topped out yet, I am thinking that it is still good for me at least, because of course I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not talking about what you should do here, but I'm just explaining what I'm currently doing. For me, I'm still going to be holding on towards my backs ever so slightly. But as soon as we're going to be entering this range here, I'm going to start to think, of course, to go out of the market. And I mean, I've already taken some profits off the table. I've been buying some new houses. And that way, I'm going to be creating different cash generating assets that will make me money in the next bear market so I can buy more Bitcoin eventually, right? Really, if we're looking at Bitcoin, we're seeing that the 50 EMA is right now providing us support, which is, of course, very great here. And if we're going to compare it towards 2023, it looks to be that we're having a very similar consolidation phase right now here. And that we're right now sitting at a very exponential growth period in the market, and that is definitely not a great timing to be really panicking. So yeah, if you want to be trading Bitcoin, or if you want to be trading any other altcoins, guys, I really think right now the market is not really performing very strong here. Especially altcoins have been getting wrecked here. But I think this does allow a lot of opportunities in the market. I've also positioned myself in some certain altcoins that I think can make me a ton of money here. And if you right now want to be trading yourself, there's a $100,000 deposit bonus up for the grabs if you right now sign up an account using the highest link description of today's video. So if you're interested in trading, don't forget to check it out in the highest link of today's video description. Further on, I want to be pointing out that, of course, the Bitcoin dominance has been very strong here recently. And honestly, that is maybe a sign of worry, because everyone is thinking, okay, when is altcoin season coming? But basically every single time once we have seen altcoin season is coming, it is about a year later after the halving year here. Because also in the beginning of the video, I explained that altcoin season usually tends to come a little bit later than the good performance of Bitcoin. But we are starting to see some reversal points here in the Bitcoin dominance trend here. First of all, we are breaking below this major upward sloping trend here. And now we are retesting it. And if we do see a rejection from off this level, it could be a very great confirmation. We're going to get it. And just like you can see as well here from previous cycle, just before Christmas, during Christmas, we didn't broke above the previous all-time high. But after Christmas in January, that was the month where altcoins were absolutely performing like crazy. The altcoins went absolutely crazy in January. So definitely a thing I am very, very excited about here. So also, if I'm looking at the point where does the most amount of gains come for, especially for altcoins, it is after Christmas. So here as well, on the Bitcoin dominance, where does the biggest performance come from? It is after Christmas. So if you really look at the data, it makes a lot of sense that altcoins tend to be doing very well after Christmas. So yeah, this was it for me in today's update video. Is honestly a lot of stuff happening on the market right now here. It is, of course, second Christmas day here. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas once again, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.